It's been an insane box office weekend. We haven't seen anything like this since Barbenheimer, according to Slate magazine, and I'm glad somebody's bringing up Barbenheimer because even though this is certainly different from that phenomenon, there is some similarities. Doing a tag team at the box office, they are uplifting each other. They're getting a lot of conversation going. There is a Barbenheimer chain nuclear reaction going on between the two films, where they almost are a little bit synonymous with each other, where it's like you talk about one, you can't help but talk about the other. So let's talk about how Backrooms and Obsession are breaking records and making history. Backrooms director Kane Parsons is the youngest filmmaker ever to hit #1. I believe this young man is only 20 years old. And when it comes to the director of Obsession, Curry Barker, he's only 26 years old. And both of these guys are YouTubers. They got their start on YouTube, of all things. But speaking of records, Curry Barker's Obsession made third weekend history. Now here's a crazy stat. Obsession is tracking to become the first non-Christmas wide release since Steven Spielberg's E.T., that's back in 1982, to post second and third weekend increases. You rarely ever see a film where the box office actually gets better week by week by week. And that's a testament to the word of mouth that is going out about this movie. And speaking of breaking records, Backrooms is already A24's highest grossing film ever domestically. And the movie's only been out for 6 days. So you can see here A24's highest domestic grossing films, and Backrooms has beaten Marty Supreme, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Civil War, Uncut Gems. Now when it comes to the worldwide box office, it still has some ground to cover, but I think it's safe to say at this point that it will beat out Marty Supreme in terms of that worldwide box office. Because right now, Backrooms is projected to finish its global theatrical run somewhere between 180 million to 200 plus mil. And if you're curious as to what Obsession is tracking to do, well, first of all, I think that's a little difficult to say because who knows? If Obsession actually winds up beating its own third weekend and it continues to climb, that would be bonkers. But at least right now, industry analysts are currently eyeing a final global box office finish in the neighborhood of 280 million to 330 million dollars. And there is also another film that is currently making history along with Backrooms and Obsession, but it's just making history and breaking a record in the wrong direction. Because Backrooms and Obsession just humbled Star Wars at the box office. And I love to see this. I am hoping that this leads to a new revolution in film, a change, because I don't know about you, I am tired of the corporate slop. I'm tired of the recycling of franchises. We need new blood in the industry. We need some creativity and originality in Hollywood. Or maybe the whole point here is that the originality and creativity needs to come from outside of Hollywood. But as far as the records that Star Wars is breaking, so here's the box office numbers for the Star Wars franchise. And as you can see, The Force Awakens did $2 billion. The hype for that movie was just insane. But it was all downhill for Disney after that because Rise of Skywalker did about half of that, which is pretty much the same numbers that Rogue One did, to give you some perspective. But we won't go through all of these numbers. Basically, here we are. The Mandalorian and Grogu is at the bottom of the list. It's even below Solo: A Star Wars Story, which was a cataclysmic disappointment for Disney. I mean, it seemed like you couldn't really get any lower than that because it only grossed $393 million. But here we are, Mandalorian and Grogu, it's sitting at an estimated $350 million. Tracking below initial financial expectations, projections suggest its final global total may struggle to reach $375 million. Industry estimates project the film will fall well short of the $400 to $500 million theatrical break-even threshold, potentially resulting in a loss for Disney. And it's really unfortunate to see Star Wars go the way that it has, because, man, there was just so much potential to be mined there. Unfortunately, Disney just seemed to make wrong decision after wrong decision. So it's great to see Obsession and Backrooms breaking records, doing new things, and it's great to see theaters doing well as well. Let me know your thoughts on this. Have you seen Backrooms or Obsession? Let me know in that comment section below. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.